Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatara. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I welcome you for this Brahma-saṁhitā seminar. We are today at Shloka 56. I will chant the Shloka and then we'll go through the purport commentaries. Like that. Shriya Kantah Paramapurushah Kalpataravo Ruma Bhumis Chinta Maniganamai Toyam Amritam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanam Api Vamshi Priya Sakhi Chidanandam Jyotif Paramapi Tad Aswadyam Apicha Sayatra Kshirabdhi Sravati Surabhi Vyaschasu Mahan Nimeshardakhyo va vrajati nahi yatrapi samayaha Bhaje Shvetadvipam tamaham iha golokam itiyam Vidantaste santakshiti viralachara katipaye. Translation. I worship the transcendental seat known as Shvetadvip, whereas loving consorts, the Lakshmis, in their unalloyed spiritual essence, practice the amorous service of the Supreme Lord Krishna as their only lover. Where every tree is a transcendental purpose tree, where the soul is the purpose gem, all water is nectar, every word is a song, every gate is a dance, the flute is the favorite attendant, effulgence is full of transcendental bliss, and the supreme spiritual entities are all enjoyable and tasty. Where numberless milk cows always emit transcendental oceans of milk, where there is eternal existence of transcendental time, who is ever present and without past or future, and hence is not subject to the quality of passing away, even for the space of half a moment. That realm is known as Goloka, only to a very few self-realized souls in this world. Hare Krishna. So here, the Lord Brahma offered his prayers till previous shloka to Krishna by finishing every shloka with Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami, showing that Krishna is Supreme Lord of whatever he was describing, the Lord of all the worlds, the Lord of spirit or spiritual realm, the Lord of material realm, the Lord above the Mahavishnu and Brahma and Surya and Durga and all other living entities. And now in this shlokas today, Lord Brahma glorifies Abode of that Supreme Lord Govinda, because he's seeing it with his own eyes. In his spiritual form, he is seeing the Supreme Abode of the Lord, and this comes as we were discussing Swarasiki Upasana, where the Lord's pastimes are unfolded in front of the eyes of the devotee. So Brahma is seeing now the spiritual world and again describing it. Here Srila Jiva Goswami goes on explaining word by word, so I will just stick to that. Here word by word meaning Shriya, Lakshmis, goddess of fortune, Kanta, loving consorts, Kanta, the enjoyer, lover. So this Srila Jiva Goswami explained that this Shriyas here refers to gopis, because gopis were glorified in the mantras given by Brahma, given to Brahma to meditate upon. And also, we understand that they're already explained in that shloka, that all the gopis are Lakshmis, but their relation with Krishna is not in the Dasya rasa. We understand that in Vaikuntha, there is a Lakshmi or Mahalakshmi, which serves the Lord as a wife, but still their relation to Krishna is extreme Dasya rasa. Even as a wife, still her relation with Krishna is in the Dasya rasa, in the dealings with her husband who is Supreme Lord. But here the gopis, they have Rasa Lila performance with Krishna. They are serving in Madhurya Rasa. And their service is very sweet and amorous. And is very intimate. And therefore their service is even higher considered than the Lakshmis. Of course, we already heard that Radharani is source of all Lakshmis, so the gopis are also having that superior position. They are the real Lakshmis, the original Lakshmis, the source of all others. So in that way, here is explained that Shriya, the beautiful girls of Raja who are glorified in many mantras and in processes of meditation on these mantras, like we were discussing Gopala mantra or Kama Gayatri mantra, these are described there. And it can only refer to the young woman of Raja, Srila Jiva Goswami say, gopis, not to the Lakshmis. Although they are unlimited in number, Kantaha means unlimited, there's gopis, are so many of them are there, Kanta, but there is one lover of them, Krishna. So this is the situation spiritual, the Krishna is supreme enjoyer and everything is meant for his pleasure. Another place, Srila Jiva Goswami, if I remember in Gopala Champu, he says that in Vaikuntha there is one Lakshmi, but in Goloka there are Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambra, hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis are there, serving one Lord, Krishna, Govinda. So, so in this way, it is shown that this refers to gopis only. Kanta, the enjoyer, lover, Parama Purusha, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now this establishes the Krishna over Narayana or all other expansions, that they have relation, Shriya, Kanta, Parama Purusha, that they have relation to Parama Purusha, to Krishna. Krishna is enjoyer of Goloka. He is the Lord of Goloka. He is the center of everything and he is the enjoyer there. So this is explained. And of course, the many shlokas speaks about transcendental nature of gopis, their spiritual expansion of the spiritual potency of Hladini Shakti particularly. So that way, they are superior to all expansions of all other Lakshmis, and Krishna is superior to all his expansion as a fountainhead of all the incarnations. And that will be later on, we'll show you some quotes from Brahma-saṁhitā explaining the expansions when Krishna expands to Narayan, how Radharani expands to Lakshmi, and then through all aspects of the whole creation together, how they expand in different form. That will be shown later. Then Brahma, after establishing again Krishna's supremacy, then he goes on explaining the supremacy of Krishna's abode. So what is that abode? Better than all other abodes. Kalpatarava. Desire trees are there. Drumaha. All the trees. Now in no other abode, you have this phenomenon that all the trees are kalpavrikshas, that they fulfill all the desires. There is Sridhar Dev, Bhakti Rakshak, Sridhar Dev Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's god brother, disciple of Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur. In conversation with Srila Prabhupada, he says, oh, these desire trees in the spiritual world are so nice that then say, when they see devotees, they say, oh, you're a devotee of Krishna. Come, we'll supply whatever you want. Everything is there, whatever you want. We are at your service. Because you are a devotee of Krishna, we'll supply anything you want. He explains like this. So we were already discussing in the Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha a little bit about that. So land itself, Chintamani Ghanamayi, made of transcendental touchstone jewels. Now touchstone can again turn everything into gold, but can fulfill all of your desires also. So trees can fulfill your desires, land can fulfill your desires. So that we must understand that only person with pure desire can enter there. You cannot enter there if you have impure desires. You create chaos in spiritual. But that's not possible. That is fully under control of Yogamaya potency. Therefore, in Goloka chart, if you remember, we were discussing there's so many protectors. There are trishuls to protect, there are gems to bewilder you into cities and opulences. They are the Chaturvyuha. Chaturvyuha literally means the four armies, and there are all kinds of mantras, protectors in the form of mantras. Om Sham Kavairaya Namaha, Om Ham Ishanaya Namaha. They are all protecting the spiritual realm, so that one without qualification, without devotion, cannot enter there. Okay, then we have Bhumi. Okay, let me see what else we have. Of course, the essence of Bhumi, the best product of Bhumi are gems. So Srila Jiva Goswami explains, if the earth can fulfill our desire, what to speak of gems like Astupa gem and others, which are products, essence of the earth, to say. And then he says that, what is next? Toyam, the water. Toyam amritam. The water is like nectar. Then what to speak of making some beverage out of the water and other ingredients? Then how will that taste? If water itself is nectar, then how will it taste when you make some juice or shake or some beverage or some cocktail or whatever, So that is described. Okay, then katha, talking, ganam, song. Talking is like a song. Speaking is attractive, like a singing. Then how it sounds when they start singing. Must be even more attractive. So this is how it is described. Natyam, dancing, gamanam, walking. Every walk is looking like a dance. So gracefully, beautifully they walk, that everything is very appealing, very pleasing. So what about when they start dancing, Rasa Leela? Then you understand how that is attractive. And there you have singing and dancing together. So that must be all attractive. And indeed, it is. So Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur gives in some place in his commentary explanation a little bit of the nature of the language of the Rajvasis or devotees in Vrindavan. Now in material world, sometimes we hear even devotees use some bad words, somehow or other in the maybe for different reasons. Some a little bit covered with mouth still. Sometimes cannot control the anger or something, or sometimes are used in different way. Srila Prabhupada used word rascal to chastise the foolish scientists for their stubbornness of not accepting Supreme Personality of Godhead, for example. And like that. But look at this conversation in the spiritual world as Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur explains. Can you see on the screen? Okay. Increase a little more. Is it still small? Okay. When the Vrajavasis say the word Matsara, they do not mean envy. It means simply my leg, my leg. When the Vrajavasis say the word Paradosh, they do not mean fault. They do not mean rascals. But it's a moon. Paradosh means moon. When the Vrajavasis say the word Raja, they do not mean material passion, Rajagun, but the pollen of flowers. When they say Tama, they do not mean ignorance, but the pleasant darkness of night. When they say Dvandvam, they do not mean material dualities of happiness and distress, but means happy couple. Dvandva, two of them. When the Vrajavasis say the word Danda, they do not mean the king's rod of chastisement, but rather the handle of parasol, chamara fan, or other similar articles. So you see, the very understanding of the words is completely different. There are no bad words. So this also hints us that if one wants to attain Krishna, one has to be cultivating Krishna's culture. Krishna's culture. There are no bad words in front of the Lord to be used. You cannot. It's a rasa bas. It's something unpleasant. It's rough, it's gross, and it's not allowed. That maybe Paundraka and Party were using Shishupal and Party on the early plan. But once you go to spiritual, you must be polite. You must be gentleman. So the Krishna consciousness is not just philosophy, but it is the culture based on the philosophy. It's a lifestyle. It's a full aspect of life. It's not just we chant Hare Krishna and behave like Chandala. We dress as Chandalas, we eat like Chandalas, we behave like Chandalas, and chant Hare Krishna. So who we are? Chandalas who chant Hare Krishna. Because by culture you identify. You know? By culture you identify, by the way of your behavior, your responses. So better to have Krishna conscious atmosphere and culture of Krishna. So if we want to enter spiritual world, for example. Okay, so this was the, let's continue. It's a long purport also. Vamshi, Api also, Vamshi the flute, Priya Saki. So this is translated that Vamshi is, what is said? The flute is the favorite attendant. Why is the flute favorite attendant of Krishna? Vamshi Priya Saki. Because by flute, he attracts everyone. By flute, he charms everyone. And by flute, he calls the gopis. So there are different flutes. By some flute, Krishna calls the cows. By some flute, Krishna communicates to gopas. And by some flutes, by some particular sounds, Krishna communicates to gopis. So the flute is announcing by her sound the Krishna's happiness, basically, of Krishna's relation with his devotees. Let us put it like that. Okay. Then what do we have next? Chitanandam, transcendental bliss, or Jyoti, effulgence. Now effulgence, param, and supreme. Supreme effulgence is of the Chit Anandam, transcendental bliss. So in the material world, the effulgence is coming from the sun or from the moon at night, full moon. Now in the spiritual world, natad bhasate suryo, na shashanko, na bhava, that there is no need for sun to illuminate because the planets are already self-illuminated. But still, for the sake of pastimes of the Lord, sun is there and moon is there. But Chidanandam, they are completely spiritual, transcendental. They have no any faults on them. And this is particularly quoted later on in the shloka. Let me see where this is the shloka. Okay, I have here the shloka. Yeah, Gautamya Tantra explains like this. Samanodita Chandraarkam. The sun and the moon are similar in brightness when they rise. Means that moon is always full moon. There is no wanings of the moon. It is always complete. Sama, equal. Anodita Chandraarkam. Sun and the moon are always white because they're always full. Every night there is a full moon in Goloka Vrindavan. So this is amazing. But sometimes for the sake of pastimes, Amavasya come because when there is dark moon, it's a little more difficult to see where you're going at night. Okay, so that was unnecessary comment. Okay, so that Jyoti Param is it the eternal full moon and not like a moon of the material world. Apitat, and that moon illuminates all that shyness, that Jyoti illuminates everything. The nature of spiritual effulgence is that it reveals not only objects, like here on the sun, you reveal the objects, and you can know it by seeing it. But there, it's a Sachitanand concept that actually by seeing the object, you have knowledge about him also. So it's a more revealing. Not only that the form you are knowing, but you know the purpose of the object, you know the qualities of the object, you know so that spiritual effulgence actually reveals to you the object in full aspect. Okay. That api means that light reveals everything. Then we have, what is that? Aswadyam. Aswadyam, everywhere perceive, apicha. Okay. That items are also full of knowledge and bliss. Let me see how it's translated here. The flute, effulgence, transcendent bliss, the supreme spiritual. The supreme spiritual entities are all enjoyable and tasty. So the items are all made of chit potency, of knowledge and bliss. So everything, whatever you smell, whatever you taste, whatever you see, fully satisfies the soul. It's amazing aspect. In material world, some things give us pleasure, something doesn't give us pleasure. Something you see something nice, but sometimes you see something bad. But in the spiritual, nothing like that. Everything is perfect. Everything is made of spiritual atoms, to say. And everything is full satisfaction. Everything is pleasing. Everything is perfect. Every shape is nothing to trim, nothing to correct, nothing to really fix, nothing to repair. The construction department knows this very well. All the time you have to repair something in material world. No? Even new thing you purchase and immediately you have to repair it. But not in the spiritual. The spiritual, everything is perfect. The supreme spiritual entities. Why? Because everything is conscious, everything is alive, everything is made of spirit. So you say supreme spiritual entities are enjoyable and tasty. The entities are enjoyable and tasty. So this is another aspect explained here. And that is also, that chit nature is described in Bhagavatam, and Srila Jiva Goswami immediately quotes that. 10 Canto, 20th chapter, Shloka 14. Thus deeply considering the situation, the all-merciful Supreme Personality, Godhead Hari, revealed to the coward man his abode, which is beyond material darkness. Gopanam, tamasav param. No? Tamasav param. So that nature of spiritual, beyond darkness, beyond ignorance, beyond three modes. There's no any fault but you experience here. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's crowded place, sometimes it's place like a desert. Nothing like that in the spiritual, just perfect. Tamasa parasat. No? So that famous Tamasa parasat param you can find in Upanishads. No? You can find many places described that supreme abode, Tamasa param. Uttama, above Tamagun. So same thing here described. And then he quotes also Hayashirsha Pancharatra, where describes the nature of things in Vaikuntha, in the spiritual world. So there's a long shloka, I'll just read translation. Here about the substance of the spiritual realm. There the trees are desire trees, yielding all enjoyment. There the flowers and other items are filled with fragrance and taste. The place is bliss itself because there are no inferior sections. Fruits with skin, seeds, and hard parts belong to material world. So again, it is said that the mangoes, no skin, no seed, no bad portion, and no mango season, only 3 months, 12 months. Understand that there is no material substance there. All objects are filled with bliss. So this is difficult to conceive. We get a little bit of intellectual understanding, but to really experience something like this, it's mind-blowing. It would be amazing. Okay, so then Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan, in his commentary on Laghu Bhagavatamrita, he explains further these concepts. In that place resides the Supreme Purusha, who is one male lover and he has many female lovers. Again, Kanta, who are all the gopis called Shia. In that place, the light of the luminaries like moon is knowledge and bliss. And taste, fragrance, sound, and touch are also fully of knowledge and bliss, aswadhyam. So by tasting something, again, you have full awareness of it. This is very amazing. We don't have this experience in material world, no? That the aswadhyam. Because they are all amshas of the Lord. What is called a moment of time does not pass here. This indicates that in other abodes of the Lord, the divisions of time are present, but not in Goloka. So we didn't come to that. Now this is the next one, I think, coming. Aswadhyam apichasa yatra shirabdi ocean of milk. Time we didn't come yet. Okay, we'll continue with reading the purport. The place is called Shvetadvip because it is pure. Shveta means white or pure, without any touch of Maya, and is a place situated above all in isolation, like an island, Dvipa. So Shveta Dvipa means isolated, situated, island. Island is in the midst of the ocean. So if you want to come to the island, you have to cross the ocean. And this one is ocean of material existence, by the way. That's the idea. And you can see, and hear the warning, it does not refer to abode of Aniruddha, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, because there is also island surrounded by ocean of milk. But here, Goloka is surrounded by Shvetadvipa, because all these cows are giving unlimited milk. Shirabdi, ocean of milk, Sravati flows, Surabhibhya, from the Surabhi cows. So there's hundreds and thousands of Surabhi cows, when they see Krishna, or smell Krishna, or lick Krishna, or simply hear his flute, just they go on pouring milk down. Nobody has to milk the cows. They do automatically. Goloka is automatism. Everything is automatic there. There's no need for machines. So Surabhi cows give so much milk. How much milk? That the rivers of milk flow and form the huge ocean of milk around the Goloka. So Goloka is like an island in the white. You can see this white area, ocean of milk called Shvetadvip. Goloka is like a lotus floating in the ocean of milk. It must be beautiful, cannot be bad. Concept is amazing. Okay, so this is described here. Now we are to the word Kshiravdi, yeah. Ocean of milk flows. Ocean milk from cows because they're absorbed in Krishna. And then what we have next one, Cha, Sumahan, very great, Nimeshaharda, half of a moment. Akyat, called, Va, Vrajati, passes away. No, not certainly. Yatra, where? Api, Samaya, time. So now the time is described. The time, where is that? Nimesharda kyo va vrajati nahi yatra api samayaha. The time is not manifested in past, present, and future in the same way like in material world. The time is eternal. Though the visions of time are there, but there is no bad influence of time. The morning is there, noon is there, and evening is there, and yesterday is there, and tomorrow is there, but nobody gets old. So there is time aspect is there in the sense of sequences of pastimes. Otherwise, pastimes are not possible. So Krishna says, we'll go tomorrow morning, play in the forest. So if tomorrow never comes, then play would not be possible. But play is possible. Place is there, space is there, time is there, but doesn't have bad influence. What is bad influence of time? See your gray hair, that's the bad influence of time. It destroys everything, kills everything. It puts an end to everything. That is the bad influence of time. So there is no bad influence of time. There are no Rahu Ketu bad periods. There is no need to see that. What is it called? Huh? What? Astrological charts. Daily you are seeing what? Huh? The book, how it's called? Panchanga. Yeah. So that is, come on. All right. So the time. Now, Samayona Vrajati indicates the residents of Goloka are so absorbed in Krishna and persons of Krishna. They do not have any concept of time. That's another meaning. That Samayati, what is that? Vrajati, Samayona Vrajati means that devotees in Vrindavan, they are so absorbed that time passes so fast. Means they have so much pleasure in Krishna's pastimes that all the time is eternal. It's never enough association of Krishna. You know, when something is nice, time goes so fast. Remember something pleasant, something, really auspicious, then you see time goes so fast. But if something is painful, like you have toothache or something, tooth is paining, and then 5 minutes of toothpaste, you're like, oh, like going on for days, never stops, no? Some kind of inconvenience, some difficult situation, even 5 minutes of tension, it's like, when will all this stop, like that. So this is the aspect of time there. Yeah, they are so much in love with Krishna that they have no concept of time. And then time does not proceed for even half a second. There is no passing of time, it's eternal. There is no beginning and end. Everything is eternal. There is no birth, there is no death. Does not exist. So this is very amazing, that aspect of eternal time. And the faults of time do not exist that. So second canto is quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami, explaining in Bhagavatam 2:9-10. In that personal abode of the Lord, the material modes of ignorance and passion do not prevail, nor is there any of their influence in goodness. There is no predominance of the influence of time. So what to speak of the illusory external energy? It cannot enter that region. Without discrimination, both the demigods and the demons worship the Lord as devotees. Sura Archita. Look at this. Sura Archita. So this is an amazing aspect. No, why Lord is worshipped? Because of that. Because He is superior to everyone. His abode is superior to everyone. He is above influence of time. In material world, we are all under the guillotine of the chakra of the Lord, which is embodiment of time. Nothing else than embodiment of time. Nothing else, everything else also. All right, so let me see next where we are now. Bhaje, I worship, Shweta Dvipam. Now, every shloka finish, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda. But this shloka says, Bhaje Shweta Dvipam. But I worship his abode also. No? Same word is used. No? And same person is speaking, Brahma. So what he says that as I worship God, I worship his abode also, because it's not different from him. And that is also explained by Acharyas, by Srila Prabhupada, and all the Acharyas. And Aradhyo Vrajesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. That as we worship Krishna as the Supreme Lord, we worship his abode also. Vrindavan is worshipful. We worship the abode of the Lord, Lord's Dham. We worship and we get same benefit. Krishna's abode, the dust of Vrindavan, Yamuna, Govardhan, can give you prema bhakti, just as if you had darshan with Krishna, you will get prema bhakti. Just if you had darshan of pure devotee, you will get pure bhakti. Same benefit you get from the Dham of the Lord. So this is explained. Okay, let me see. There's Srila Prabhupada explains a little bit about Vrindavan. Krishna and his abode, Vrindavan, are not different. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. Vrindavan is as good as Krishna. Therefore, if one somehow or other gets the opportunity to live in Vrindavan, and if one is not a pretender, but simply lives in Vrindavan and concentrates his mind upon Krishna, one is liberated from material bondage. But you see, Prabhupada puts the condition, if one is not pretender, it's not mechanical, just some or other bring myself to Vrindavan, sit there and think all nonsense and do all nonsense, and I will get love of God. Not exactly. One's mind is not purified. However, even in Vrindavan, if one is agitated by lusty desires, one should not live in Vrindavan and commit offenses, for a life of offenses in Vrindavan is no better than lives of the monkeys and hogs there. Many monkeys and hogs live in Vrindavan and they are concerned with their sexual desires. Men who have gone to Vrindavan but who still hanker for sex should immediately leave Vrindavan and stop their grievous offenses at the lotus feet of the Lord. So Prabhupada gives really warning, no? But also he explains how to go there. Aharadyo Bhagavan Rajesh Stanas Tadhama Vrindavanam. As Krishna is worshipful, his place is also worshipable. Similarly, as he is all-pervading, his place is also all-pervading. What does it mean that his place is all-pervading? That Vrindavan is everywhere. Provided, if Krishna is manifested there, Vrindavan will be manifested there. So here Prabhupada explained, how can any place be changed into Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan? By the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Devotees are so powerful that by chanting the holy name of God, they make the all-powerful Supreme Lord descend, along with his personal abode. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Jedina Griha Bhajana Dekhi Grihete Goloka Bhai. One day, while performing devotional practice, I saw my house transforms into Goloka Vrindavan. No? Jedina Grihe Bhajana Dekhi. He was doing bhajan, performing bhakti in his house. Grihete Goloka Bhai. And my house turned into Goloka. We also can change our homes into Vaikuntha. That is not difficult. We simply have to follow the authorized process of Krishna consciousness. So Lord's abode manifested. Prabhupada said, wherever there are deities of the Lord, that is Vrindavan, that is Vaikuntha, that is spiritual abode. It's not material abode. Wherever is pure devotee, he is always in Vrindavan. He never leaves Vrindavan because his consciousness is of Vrindavan. Means thinking of Krishna and always engaging in Krishna service. So this is how his spiritual world becomes all pervading, manifested. Wherever there is a pure devotee, yatra gayanti mad bhakta, wherever Lord's devotees glorify him, then Lord comes, and with him his Vrindavan comes. So this is explained here. Okay, then where we are, let me see a few more things. Tamaham Goloka mitiyam. So that Shweta Dvipa is Goloka. It's the same name, Goloka or Shweta Dvipa. These are all names describing the Krishna Loka, Vaikuntha Loka, supreme abode of Lord Krishna. Vidanantate Santashiti Virala Chara Katipaye. So that means that abode, that realm is known as Goloka only to a very few self-realized souls in this world. Of course, Shweta Dvipam, Bhaja Shweta Dvipam, that we explained already, is a pure and it's difficult to achieve. Island is isolated. And Srila Goswami quotes from the Gopal Tapani Upanishad describing the abode like this. The land stands like a lotus in a pond. That is the spiritual abode described. Sarasi Padmam Tishtati, Tata Bhumyam Hitishtati. Like a lotus in the pond. And Srila Goswami in Krishna Sandarbha quotes from Narada Pancharatra describing spiritual abode. Not only from Narada Pancharatra, but you will see quotes from many shlokas are there. I don't know how much we can show. Describing the Vrindavan, Goloka, described in the Shastras. Here, this is from the Narada Pancharatra. The spiritual world of Shvetadvipa is a great white island surrounded by nectar of ocean of milk. Tata Shveta Mahadvipas Chaturdikshu Vidikshu Cha Adas Chodvam Chadina Natas Toyam Kshiramritarnava. Kshiramritarnava means surrounded by the ocean of milk. Guards stand in all 10 directions to protect this spiritual realm. Then next shloka from Narada Pancharatra says, Mahavrindavanam, Tatra Keli Vrindavanam Cha. Within that spiritual realm is Mahavrindavan, and many places known as Keli Vrindavan. What is Keli Vrindavan? A small groves, kunjas, where Krishna performs pastimes, where Lord Krishna enjoys pastimes. These places are made of Chintamani jewels and are filled with the grooves of desire trees. No, Vriksha, Rumas, Chintamani, like that. Then the shloka says like this, the splendor of the jewels of these roofs is the origin of Brahman effulgence. Now there was description between few shlokas describes the houses of Gopas and Gopis, and they said that the jewels from the roofs, this is from where Brahmajyoti is coming from. They shine so much. In this way, the abode of Goloka Vrindavan is the summit of all beauty. Who is able to describe the beauty of Vrindavan? Confirm. Okay, so this Katipaya, this particular place is known to some only on the earth by very few. Kshiti Virala Chara means it's very rare. Why? Because out of many transcendentalists, some aspire to Brahmajyoti, some aspire to Vaikuntha, innumerable forms of the Lord. Different devotees are attracted to Nrsingadev, different devotees to Narayana. And then Narayana has different forms, different avatars. So out of so many devotees who already achieve Vaikuntha, very few go to Goloka. It is very rare. It is known to very few. No? Even please later we'll do the questions. Remember, but please we'll do later. And even today, even in the world of Vaishnavas, no, Vaikuntha is glorified more than Krishna Loka or Goloka. The Rama Bhaktas, they glorify Ayodhya. But the Goloka is known among very few, amongst very, very few. So this is explained. Then again, Srila Jiva Goswami quotes from Harivamsha Purana. He says like this, why is very rare. We do not know that place. Thus we inquire from Brahma in Harivamsha. So just show you one shloka he quotes for the Shirala Sharakatipaye. That is very rare and is not known to many people, that Goloka. So even Shri Vaishnava, sometimes they get upset when they see our Goloka chart that, oh, why you put Krishna Loka above Vaikuntha? It's not above Vaikuntha. It's one of the Vaikuntha planets, but it's the highest and the biggest. It's the same Vaikuntha. It's not that some other abode is there. It's Vaikuntha. No? But we show you the glories of Goloka, which you're not aware of. That's all. And then Srila Jiva Goswami quotes in the, this is from his Krishna Sandarbhas explanation. He quotes from many, many Puranas glorifying Vrindavan. So this is from Skanda Purana. I cannot read everything. So many things. Gopal Tapani Upanishad, like that. There are many, many, many places. And Srila Prabhupada give us more explanations of Goloka Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada came to the west and then back to the east and revealed the glories of Vrindavan to everyone. Because of Srila Prabhupada, Vrindavan, which is manifestation of the Goloka, Gokul today, Vrindavan, is visited by thousands, hundreds and thousands of pilgrims from all over the world just because of Srila Prabhupada. Just literally because of Srila Prabhupada. Even the shopkeepers in Vrindavan know that they keep Prabhupada's photo in every shop. Their business blooms because Prabhupada spread glories of Vrindavan all over the world. Even they know this much, But somehow or other in India and in the world, Srila Prabhupada is unknown yet. Still his glories are not spread. There is such amazing pure devotee of the Lord Mahabhagavata that he spread Krishna's glories all over the world. Wherever you go, all over the world, any city, any country, if you say Hare Krishna, people know. At least they heard Hare Krishna. Oh yeah, Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, yeah, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, Hare Krishna, yeah, they know. But if you say Srila Prabhupada, nobody knows. Even in India, people do not know about Prabhupada. No? You all remember, you people heard ISKCON, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, something you heard. At least from that Devananda's movie, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. At least this much you heard. Doesn't matter, it's a holy name. You get full benefit. Even the producer was not so intelligent in presenting it. But still, holy name was spread everywhere. In one way, he helped that Hare Krishna movement become famous in India, but in inauspicious way, you may say. But there is no inauspicious when holy name is there. Is always auspicious. So, you all people knew about Hare Krishna or ISKCON, but you didn't know about Prabhupada, no? So that's beauty of pure devotee. He spreads Krishna's name and Krishna's glory. It's not his own. But it's our duty as a disciples and grand disciples to spread his glories. So this is the a little bit of the side topic. So many shlokas are quoted. Okay, now we have to go to the purport. Okay, purport. That region which jivas attain by the best performance of the rasa bhajana, though purely transcendental, is by no means devoid of variegatedness. So now, here in the first sentence itself, Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, translating Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentaries, explains that by the best of the bhajanas, means who can go to Goloka Vrindavan? Only a person who practices spontaneous devotional service. That is called the best of their rasa bhajana, worshipping Krishna in particular rasa. And once you achieve the spiritual abode, is not Brahman, is not Kaivalya Brahman, is not non-differentiated Brahman, but is full of varieties, full of spiritual planets. Spiritual body is full of spiritual planets, full of people, full of eternal living entities in their spiritual body, worshipping Lord in different rasas. The non-differentiated region is attained by indulging in anger, fear, and delusion. That was Yakama, Krodha, Pranaya, Sahajadi, that we were discussing last time, that those envious of Krishna, who who are Krishna conscious but not devotees, in anger and fear they think of Krishna, or they're in delusion, moha, by not understanding that above Brahma Jyoti there, Vaikuntha and spiritual varietedness, they attain that Brahman, non-differentiated region. But spiritual world is full of varieties. The devotees attain Goloka, the transcendental region above Vaikuntha, according to the quality of rasa of the respective services. So now, according to one rasa, one has spiritual body and engage in the devotional service to Krishna in Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, or Madhurya. In reality, that region is no other than Shvetadvip, or the White Island, being exceedingly pure. So again, this is explained. Those who attain the highest rasa in the shape of realization of pure devotion in this world, viewing the reality of Shvetadvipa in Gokul, Vrindavan, and Navadvip within this mundane world, designate the same as Goloka. So now those who are pure devotees, they can see that Goloka manifests within this material realm in the abodes of Vrindavan, Navadvip, Gokul, Shvetadvip. These are all manifestations of spiritual abode, not different at all. Srila Prabhupada explains how we can go there, how we can realize this. He says the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is clearly recommended for this age. So if one quits his body at the end of life chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. He certainly reaches one of the spiritual planets according to the mode of his practice. The devotee of Krishna entered the Krishna planet, Goloka Vrindavan. For the personalists, there are also innumerable other planets, known as Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual sky, whereas the impersonalists remain in the Brahma Jyoti. So same thing Prabhupada confirms what was explained here in the purport. In that transcendental region of Goloka, they are always visible in their supreme beauty. The devotees are always there situated in spiritual form, in the supreme beauty, and worshiping the forms of the Lord, which are also spiritually beautiful. All the distinguished entities that are incorporated in the pure cognitive principles, the lover and his beloved ones, trees and creepers, mountains, rivers, forests, water, speech, movement, music of the flute, the sun and the moon, tasted and the taste, the unthinkable wonders of the 64 aesthetic arts, milk cows, yielding nectarian flow of milk, and transcendental ever-existing time. So here again, the transcendental nature of all of this is described as a completely chinmaya, completely spiritual, all of this. And here, descriptions that supply the clue to Goloka are found in various places in Vedas and other Shastras as the Puranas, Tantras, etc. Now here is quoted Chandogya Upanishad. Chandogya says, Bruyat yavan va ayam akash tavan esha antarhida akasha ubayasmin dyava prithvi antareva samahite uba agnischa vayuscha surya chandramasav uba vidyun nakshatrani yacha chas ye hasti yacha nasti sarvam tat asmin samahitamiti. The sum and substance of it is that all the varietedness of this mundane world and much more variety over and above the mundane are to be found in Goloka. So it's completely opposite. It's not that everything is one, there are no forms, nothing exists. No, here so many varieties you see, and variety is mother of enjoyment. And there you find much more varieties than here, much more. The colors are more, the forms are more, the tastes are more, the shapes are more, and all are perfect and pleasing. The variety in the transcendental world is fully centralized, whereas in the mundane world it is not so, and hence productive of weal and woe. Weal and woe means productive of misery. Simply, let's put it like this, pain and misery. No? So variety in transcendental world is fully centralized. Means it is all centered around Krishna. And here is not. Here is all full of selfishness, Centralized, everybody wants to be center of enjoyment, and therefore there is envy, there is greed, there is lust, there is anger, there is a war, there is causing pains to others and causing ourselves to get karmic reaction, suffering, unlimited. You know? So this is the difference. The centralized variety of Goloka is unalloyed and full of transcendental cognitive joy. But because everything is centered around Krishna, it gives pleasure to everyone. There is no scarcity. It's not that you know, oh, Krishna is one and the unlimited devotees, so when I will get my time with Krishna? But Krishna expands his forms. He can expand in hundreds and thousands of forms and be with all devotees whenever they want him, whenever they love him. He reciprocates. He is unlimited. Nobody can there is no competition in spiritual world, and nobody can occupy your place, nobody can throw you out from the service, nobody can expel you from Krishna's association. Krishna can reciprocate. Remember the Leela in Krishna book, when Krishna went with his friends one morning to have picnic in the forest, to have breakfast in the forest. So Mother Yashoda and Rohini, they sent the tiffin boxes filled with, and every mother of every Gopa sent so many items for the picnic in the forest. So how many were friends there with Krishna, Krishna's friends? How many were there? Who remembers Krishna book reading? Yes, hundreds and thousands of Gopas are there around Krishna. Krishna sitting in the middle. Now those who are first round, no, what is the VIP tickets? You know, they see Krishna face. No. And then the description goes in Krishna book that whoever was there was looking at Krishna and had the feeling, and had his, not the feeling, had the experience that Krishna is looking right at him and talking right at him, exchanging his tiffin boxes right with him. Krishna, oh, my mother made this. What did your mother make? Oh, I want one, like that, you know. So this is amazing experience. The Krishna, although had one form manifested, every single Gopa has experienced. Krishna is looking at me, talking to me, dealing with me. They are all full in bliss and satisfied. Nobody was neglected. No? No, nobody was neglected. You see, the kirtan is going on, you see one devotee in corner. Nobody is looking at me. I'm not encouraged in this temple. I leave. There's nothing like this in spiritual. So, this is explained here, that the centralized variety of Goloka is unalloyed and full of transcendental cognitive joy. The Vedas and sadhus practicing devotion revealed by the Vedas, by availing the support of their individual cognitional aptitude, actuated by devotion, may have a sight of divine realm, and by the power of the grace of Krishna, their tiny cognitive faculty attaining the quality of infinitude, they are enabled to be on the level of the plane of enjoyments of Krishna. So this, what is explained? They by practicing pure bhakti, particularly spontaneous devotional service to Krishna, based on the Vedic scriptures, auto-rest process, the person, jiva, who is otherwise limited, who has no capacity to comprehend Krishna or understand his realm, or understand his form, or name, or qualities, or pastimes, is empowered by Krishna, powered by the power of grace of Krishna. Their tiny cognitive faculty, tiny brain, our tiny brain cannot understand God. Because who has seen God? How can Krishna do like, how Krishna can have form? All these questions of materially, we are trying to put Krishna in material frame, and material understanding, trying to measure Krishna. Their tiny cognitive faculty attain a quality of infinitude. Infinitude means unlimited, infinite. They are enabled to be on the level of plane of enjoyments of Krishna. They are empowered by Krishna. Intelligence is empowered, their body is empowered, their mind is empowered, everything is empowered, so they can render devotional service to Krishna. They can come to the spiritual abode. They can come to the Vaikuntha. They can actually, fully engage in devotional service, fully qualify, and in that way give pleasure to Krishna. Anybody want to offer one book or preach or something? People are coming. Please. Okay. So this is all explained here. Okay, Srila Prabhupada gives another insight here. In the spiritual sky, all the planets are as good as the Lord himself. The Lord is all spirit, and his name, fame, glories, qualities, pastimes, etc. are all non-different from him because he is absolute. As such, the planets in the kingdom of God are also non-different from him. In those planets, there is no difference between the body and the soul, nor is there any influence of time as we experience in material world. In the material world, we have this body. Soul is different from the body. Body is changing. Spiritual, the spiritual body and the soul is not different. There's no difference. They are eternal. They do not change. They do not get old. Okay. And therefore, there is no need to die. There is no need to give up the body. It's eternal. Why we give up body? Because body gets dysfunctional. You have car accidents, your body is smashed, dysfunctional. Soul has to change the body. You get old, your body becomes dysfunctional. You can't see, you can't hear, you can't talk, you can't digest. You can't live inside of that body. So you leave the body. But in spiritual, you have eternal body, perfect always. No doctors in spiritual world. For the sake of Leela, there is a doctor also. For the sake of Leela. But why? Because body is perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is just perfect. And in addition to there being no influence of time, the planets in Brahma-loka. Brahma-loka doesn't mean Brahma-loka, the loka of Brahma. Here means Brahma-loka, the abode of Supreme Brahman. Due to being spiritual, are never annihilated. So the planets are not destroyed also. All variegatedness in the spiritual planets is also one with the Lord. And therefore the Vedic aphorism, Ekam Eva Dvitiyam, is fully realized in that Sanatana atmosphere of spiritual variegatedness. So here, Evam Eka Dvitiyam, that ultimately we achieve all one. Yes, ultimately you come to the place where there is no duality of Maya. There is one spirit only. And that is qualified in the Lord and his abode and devotees are not different because they're all spiritual. But they are all manifested in varieties. This material world is only a shadow phantasmagoria of the spiritual kingdom of Lord. And because it is a shadow, it is never eternal. The varietedness in the material world of duality, spirit and matter, cannot be compared to that of spiritual world. Very fact that you have in the shadow variety, that shows that the original has variety. Just like if you see the shadow through the light, you can see shadow of my fingers. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why 5 shadows are there? Because substance is 5. The 5 reality they exist. 5 fingers in reality. Therefore, the shadow exists 5. So whatever you see in the material world has its substance, the origin, the real thing in the spiritual world. You have relation with husband and wife. You have that in spiritual world. You have house. We have a house. You enjoy eating and singing and dancing. There also. But there, everything is perfect. Here is the shadow. Shadow is imperfect. So this is explained. Okay, then we have just one more small portion of the purport. Now Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Bhaktivinoda Thakur reveal to us the hidden meanings in this shloka. There is a hidden meaning of the proposition. Even the supreme, that is also nevertheless the object of enjoyment. Paramapi tat aswadyam apicha. Now this is interesting. Paramapi, although he is supreme, tat aswadyam apicha. Even the supreme, that is also nevertheless the object of enjoyment. So not that everything is meant only for Krishna's pleasure, but Krishna is also object of enjoyment of somebody. Of whom? Of his devotee. So this hints to Srimati Radharani. Paramapi tat aswadam apicha. Even the supreme, that is also nevertheless the object of enjoyment. He is also object of enjoyment. The word Paramapi indicates that Sri Krishna is the only truth, absolute in all the transcendental blissful principles. Tat aswadyam api means his object of enjoyment. His object of enjoyment are devotees and his abode. The glory of Radha's love for Krishna, taste the quality rasa of Krishna that is realized by Radha, and the bliss of which Radha is conscious in the process of such realization, all these threefold bhavas, emotional entities, becoming available for enjoyment by Krishna, he attains his personality of Sri Gaura Sundar. So in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is hinted in this shloka, who is actually relishing Krishna, love of Krishna, these three things: glory of Radha's love for Krishna, the tasty quality of rasa, and the bliss of which Radha is conscious in the process of realization. So again, who is Supreme Enjoyer? Paramapi. Again, Supreme Lord is tasting that also. So there's no way. It's absolute. It's supreme. So here in this shloka is hinted on Srimati Radharani and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, it is also that constitutes the transcendental bliss of the delicious loving rasa, service manifested by Sri Gaura Sundar. This also eternally exists only in the self-same Shvetadvipa. So that is here hinted. And now this is interesting that we understand that Krishna is supreme enjoyer and Srimati Radharani is his Hladini Shakti, his Swarupa Shakti, his transcendental spiritual potency. And as Krishna expands, she follows him to give him pleasure. So this is, just give you a few quotes from, this is from Brahma-saṁhitā. And again, who is speaking? Brahma is speaking again. Very interesting. So Brahma said, I take shelter of you, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chandra, without beginning, the beginning of everything, affectionate to your devotees, the master of countless universes, greater than the greatest, and the husband of Radha, Radha Patim. Radha Patim is called here. Okay. Now, you are the playful king of Goloka, Goloka Natastam Ativa Lilo. Goloka Natastam Ativa Lilo. And she is your playful companion. When you are the king of Vaikuntha, she, the daughter of Rishabhanu, is goddess Lakshmi. Now when they are in Vrindavan, Radha Krishna. When Krishna becomes king of Vaikuntha, the Rishabhanuja, no? The daughter of Rishabhanu becomes Lakshmi. Lakshmi Tadeyam Rishabhanuja. This is from Brahma-saṁhitā. The next shloka says, when in this world you are Ramachandra, she is Janaka's daughter Sita. When you are Lord Hari, she is Kamala. When you are Yagya Avatar, she is Sri Dakshina, the best of wives. Brahma explains, when you are Nrsimha, she is Rama. When you are Nara's friend Narayana Rishi, she becomes goddess Shanti and follows you like a shadow. Now this is interesting, because Narayana Rishis are sannyasis, but she becomes Shanti, the contempt of sannyasis, and follows you like a shadow. Now she is not as a female companion there, but as a Shanti follows. It's very amazing. Okay, when you are Brahman, she is Prakriti. When you are time, the wise know she is Pradhana. When you are Mahatattva, from which the universe has sprouted, Radha is the potency, Maya, filled with the three modes. When you become the four things in the heart, four things in the heart is described in Shastra as a mind, intelligence, ego, and the heart itself. She becomes the power of understanding something from hint. When you become the universe of form, which includes everything, she becomes the earth. I take shelter of you, who are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, greater than the greatest, the master of Goloka Dham, and who now appear as a fair and a dark splendor. Shyamam cha Gauram Virati. So who is that? Shyamam cha Gauram, Radha and Krishna, and that appear in one form as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. So, okay, I'll stop here. Oh, there is one more. Srila Prabhupada gives a little conclusion here. Srila Prabhupada concludes like this. The spiritual realm of Vrindavan is always spiritual. The goddess of fortune and the gopis are always present there. They are Krishna's beloveds, and all of them are as spiritual as Krishna. In Vrindavan, Krishna is the supreme person and is the husband of all the gopis and the goddess of fortune. The trees in Vrindavan are wish-fulfilling trees. The land is made of touchstone and the water is nectar. Words are musical vibration, and all the movements are dancing. The flute is Lord's constant companion. The planet Goloka Vrindavan is self-luminous, like the sun, and is full of spiritual bliss. The perfection of life lies in tasting that spiritual existence. Therefore, everyone should cultivate its knowledge. In Vrindavan, spiritual cows are always supplying spiritual milk. Not a single moment is wasted there. In other words, there is no past, present, or future. Not a single particle of time is wasted. This is very much prominent in the pure devotee's behavior, that he doesn't like to waste time. One day, George Harrison came to see Srila Prabhupada. Suddenly he came, there was no appointment or anything. And the Prabhupada just took a nap of 5 or 10 minutes afternoon, due to be traveling too much and busy engaged and sick also. And when Shyama Sundar opened the door, Prabhupada just stood up from his bed. And George Harrison entered, and Prabhupada said, I don't like this sleeping. It's a waste of time. And George Harrison said, this is amazing, because everybody said, oh, what a good sleep I had. This enjoyment is there, some kind of, we like to sleep. But Prabhupada just opened his eye, 5, 10 minutes, just opened his eye. I don't like this sleep. This is just waste of time. It's a Maya. He didn't like to sleep. Shyama Sundar said he traveled for a few years with Prabhupada. He said, I never saw him sleeping. And then once they were in train, Shyama Sundar Prabhu, who was Prabhupada's secretary before Shrita Kirtan, before Harishari Prabhu, he was the first real full-fledged secretary, as were known later. He said that they were traveling in train together in the first class. So Prabhupada was sitting down, and evening time, instead of sleep, Prabhupada would set up his temple and start translating the books. And he told Shyama Sundar, you are tired, you go and sleep up. I'll translate the books. So Shyama Sundar, okay, Prabhupada's already sleeping above, Prabhupada sleeping down, translating his book. So he's hearing Prabhupada's dictating dictaphone and fell to sleep. And then in the morning, he just woke up and thought, now I'll see Prabhupada sleeping. Because he never actually saw him sleep. Whenever he comes to his room, he was awakened. And he was his secretary day and night, So he said, now I'll see. So slowly, he peeped looking from above, and he saw Prabhupada laying down. And as soon as he looked at Prabhupada, Prabhupada opened eyes. Look, what, you think I'm sleeping? Got him like that. That is amazing. Okay. No single particle time is wasted. Within this material universe, the devotees worship their transcendental abode as Goloka Vrindavan. Lord Brahma himself said, let me worship that spiritual land where Krishna is present, Bhaje Shveta Dvipa. This transcendental Vrindavan is not appreciated by those who are not devotees or self-realized souls, because this Vrindavan Dham is all spiritual. The pastimes of the Lord there are also spiritual. None are material. According to prayer by Srila Narottam Das Thakur in Prarthana 1, Ara khabe nita chander karuna haibe, samsara vasana mora khabe tucha habe. When will Lord Nityananda have mercy upon me so that I can realize the uselessness of material pleasure? Vishaya chadiya khabe shuddha habe mana, khabe hama heraba Sri Vrindavan. Where will my mind be cleansed of all material dirt so that I will be able to feel the presence of spiritual Vrindavan? Rupa Raghunatha Pade Haibe Akuti Khabe Hava Uja Hava Se Jugala Pirit. When will I be attracted to the instructions of Goswami so that I will be able to understand what is Radha and Krishna and what is Vrindavan? So this, you see, these few shlokas from songs of Vaishnava, Prabhupada gives a hint how to understand. By serving the pure devotee, by following in footsteps of previous acharyas, by applying ourselves in devotional service under the guidance of Guru, and Rupa Raghunath particularly are mentioned here. This verse indicates that one first has to be purified of all material desires and all attraction for fruitive activity and speculative knowledge if one wishes to understand Vrindavan. So that is Srila Prabhupada's commentary here. Thank you very much. I will stop here. Do you have any questions? There was some question. You had some question? Anybody? Yes. Okay. Start with first.
Shweta Dvipa is guarded on all 10 directions by
Yes, by devotees, you may say.
Guarded from whom?
Yeah. So like this, the guards is there in spiritual world, and guards, their guardians is felt here in material world. So that those who are impersonalists, who come out of material world, they cannot go to Vaikuntha if they are not devotees. They are stopped by the mantras, by the trishuls. They are stopped and they are pushed back into the three modes of material nature. They are not allowed. They can come to Brahman, and from Brahman also they have to fall down. So all the these guards are there in spiritual, they have influence over here. That even you can't leave material world unless you are qualified. And even if you leave material world, if you are impersonalist, you cannot enter Vaikuntha. Then another guard is there, that even if you are in Vaikuntha, which is abode of Aishwarya, then there are these jewels. I'll show you here in the Goloka. You can see here. First, you want to leave material world. This material world coverings you want to cross. Was it? Oh, it's not shared. Oh, I'm sorry. And just do this. Share the screen. All right. Okay. Can you see now? We are in material world. Okay. First of all, when you want to come out of material world, there are many obstacles. Maya, we know, and devatas also. When you start doing austerities and chanting and serious giving up material desires, Indra thinks, oh, he wants to become Indra. He wants to take my position. And that Srila Prabhupada explains, and in Purana you will find, devatas puts obstacle to one spiritual path. First problem you have right there. Okay. Then if you go and pass all these higher planetary systems, you may be attracted by any of this. You are leaving the earth, you are traveling, you say, I'm going to Goloka, and then you pass Swarga Loka and you see Ramba there, and she smiles, and 10,000 lifetimes are gone with her in the 10,000 years are gone, Swarga years are gone in Maya illusion. You know? Then you come Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, you may be invited there to stay with rishis. Then you go to all the coverings of the universe, and in each covering is more opulence present there than in Brahmaloka. So you may be attracted there. Then you see Pradhana when you come out, you may be attracted there. But if you are impersonalist, you can remain only in Brahmajyoti. These trishuls are not allowing impersonalists entering. And the servants of Lord, Om Mam Yamaya Namaha, you can see the Yama Loka here. You can see here, Niriti, here. Om Ksham Rakshasaya Namaha. Then here you can see Varuna. And you can see the mantra here also. Where is the mantra? Varuna's mantra also. I think there was, yeah, here. Varuna mantra is also. Om Vam Varunaya Namaha. So all these original associates of the Lord, servants of the Lord, prevent impersonalists of entering. Anybody who has material desire are pushed by this threshold back into Rajagun, Tamagun, and Sattvagun. Anybody who has impersonal concepts allowed to come to Brahmajyoti only. Then, these are the gatekeepers. Pundarika, Bhadra, Subhadra. You can see here, Jai Vijay. These are all protectors. And then, even if you come to Vaikuntha and you are attracted with the opulence of the Lord, you become servant of Lord Narayana. But you cannot freely go to Ayodhya. You cannot freely go to Dwaraka. You cannot freely go even to Goloka. You cannot freely go. There go devotees only who are free from the Aishwarya concept of worshipping Lord in awe and reverence, or worshipping Lord with indasya rasa. So once you want to come to Goloka, there are these gems, the jewels which represent siddhis and opulences. So if you are attracted to worshiping Lord, like Lakshmi Devi, worship Lord with the opulence, then you become attracted to this siddhis, and they push you back to Vaikuntha. You are not allowed in Goloka there also. So these all different aspects are explained there. Only pure devotees who are ahaitukya pratihata. Ahaituk means unmotivated. Apratihata means uninterrupted. In any time, place, circumstance, they worship Lord without material expectation. And also, following the footsteps of Ragatmika Bhaktas who are residents of Vrindavan, who are already established in their rasa with Krishna of Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya, then only when the devotional service turns into spontaneous devotional service, when love of God is developed from bhava and prema, then only one is allowed in the spiritual world. So that is described in Shastras. Anybody else has any other questions? Okay, please.
After, mukti or liberation or moksha,
Yes.
there you, so based on how you had like Ram Loka, Krishna Loka, like that.
Yes.
So that is the end. Okay. So when we came to this, where did we come from? From which planet? From which which planet we came from? Or
Right. You see, we all came from spiritual world. So whatever planet, whatever swarupa we had serving the Lord, or whatever position we had, wherever, that idea is that jiva has independence. Jiva is conscious living entity, has independence. And jiva is meant, jiva swarupa Krishna nityadas. All souls are meant to have a relation with God. When for that, the freedom is given, swatantra. Not fully independence, but there is some concept of independence, that you are individual soul, I'm individual soul. Now we want to be friends. There is no way, there is no question of force. There is no question of programming you. The matter has no independence. So I get some pleasure from matter, but there is no reciprocation from other side. I enjoy the matter, but matter has no love for me, no affection for me. But you are a living being, you are a conscious being. You can love me, but love is unconditional, it's voluntarily. I cannot program you, love me. I can take gun and say, are you my friend? Yes, yes, I'm your friend. But you are not, you are forced. So we are not robots, we are not programmed to love God. We have capacity to love God. Nitya Sita Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai. We have love of God in our heart. Every soul is meant, Ananda Maya Vyasa, is meant, it's made of love of God. But independence is given because love means voluntarily, friendship means voluntarily. So God does not force that. So those souls who choose to enjoy separately from God, they come to material world, from wherever they are. Doesn't matter. From Krishna's planet or Rama's planet or Vaikuntha or Brahma-jyoti, wherever you are, you come down. Prabhupada says, there is a letter to one Mataji where Prabhupada explains that we come from Krishna Loka. Particularly, Prabhupada spoke about, from Krishna Leela you can. Why? Because the jiva has independence, is curious. What is there? What is there? Huh? There's always this mentality we have in material world, no? The neighbor's grass is more green. Huh? India has such a heritage, such a spiritual culture, the values of family life, the food, the dress, the codex of morality, million times superior to Western countries, and still you people want to follow Westerners. This is amazing. This is called the neighbor's grass is more greener. No? The treasure is here. And you are living in the mango farm and you're looking neighbor's bananas. And that also this kacha bananas, this what you call the plantains, not even sweet ones. So that's the unfortunate. So jiva has independence in relation to God. So whenever this independence is misused, jiva comes to material world. Once you realize that there is no happiness without relation to God, you practice spiritual life, you surrender to Krishna, and he takes you back home, back to Godhead, situates you back in your spiritual rasa, swarupa, is revealed, and then you eternally serve Krishna. This is explained in Shastra like that. Okay, any other question? Okay, not the last one, last for today.
yeah. So
Yes.
you know that soul has no gender. It's a consciousness which
What?
soul has no gender.
Oh, that's one little bit misunderstanding. Every soul has spiritual body. Spiritual body has a gender. You can have female form or male form, or you can have form of a tree, or you can have form of anything.
We take the nature of what the body in which we go through 24 lakhs
That is in material world. Spiritual world also you have body, but it's spiritual body.
Yeah, so
Yes.
what decides my spiritual body? Or is it already decided?
Yeah. So it's like this. That you see, first understand this, that soul by nature is Prakriti, is female, is energy. We are energy of the Lord. The Lord is Purusha, we are all Prakriti. Prakriti is meant to serve Purusha. So this is first understand. We are not Purusha, we are not enjoyers of material world. Lord is enjoyer. So all material world is problematic that everybody thinks I am the enjoyer. All Prakritis are playing Purusha. This is like you exchange role with your wife. She becomes husband and you become wife. You start cooking and giving birth to children and she is going out and earning money. So it's upside down. It doesn't work. It's not exactly how it should be done. So similarly, when Prakriti wants to become enjoyer, we are imitating Purusha. We are imitating God. We are thinking, Ishwaroham, Aham Bhogi, Siddhoham, Balavan Sukhi. I'm the enjoyer of material world. I'm in the center. Everything is meant for me. And therefore all hell breaks out. All the troubles of life comes, forgetting this essential principle. The Krishna is Supreme Purusha, I'm Prakriti. So the soul has a gender. It's a Prakriti. But now soul can accept body of male or female according to service. And not only male, female, but can accept anybody. The Swarupa is fixed because the spiritual being is eternal and you have your eternal relation with Krishna. So maybe you have 400 form worshipping Narayana, maybe you have, and while you're chanting Hare Krishna, while you're serving, applying yourself in devotion service, slowly, 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 that attraction to that form of the Lord, which is your Swarupa, they will pull you. You'll be more attracted if you're 400 form in Swarupa, you'll be more attracted with Narayana Lilas than Krishna Lilas. Or if you are in the Bhava with Ram, you'll be attracted more with Ramayana than Mahabharata. Not at the beginning. It takes time to get purified on the pure stage. Not that I like this, I like. Now you don't like anything. Now only crazy mind is telling you what you like. Uncontrolled mind is not steady, and this is not what we have to meditate upon. This comes spontaneously, naturally. Fully spontaneously. When like a small baby now, you have 6 months old babies, they cannot, understand what is sex life. It's meaningless that they start talking about it. Can you imagine 1 year, just start talking, baby, and talking, oh, we'll have many children, I will do this, we'll do that. It's meaningless. So same thing for us now at this stage, what I'm spiritual, we cannot understand. And all the impressions will be, I like this form, I like that form. This is all now creation of the mind, most probably. But once we get controlled mind and purify senses, as we chant, as we hear Krishna Leelas, hear particular Krishna Leela, you'll be attracted more than others. It becomes very strong, like a magnet. It becomes natural. You cannot bluff it. You cannot hide it. You cannot imitate it. It just becomes full, natural, spontaneous attraction to that. So the Swarupa is generally fixed. Every jiva has Swarupa, all of us. And process is same. We chant Hare Krishna, your 4-hand form or 2-hand form or 8-hand form will be revealed. Doesn't matter. The process is same. But there is a special blessing by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that is that if you hear the glories of Vrindavan and Gopis, and if by the mercy of pure devotee, one can develop spontaneous devotional service, one can actually develop Swarupa of a Gopis in Vrindavan. That is special mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he comes as a Krishna himself, who knows which rasa is most pleasing to Krishna. And that rasa he wants to spread, increase numbers of jivas in that rasa. So he gives that special blessing that you can develop Madhurya rasa if you become his follower. But that is very rare. Atamulyam ekalam. It's very intense desire to achieve this. Then Swarupa can be changed. Or jiva can have even 2 Swarupas. Like Goswamis of Vrindavan, they have Swarupa, eternal form in Chaitanya Lila, and they have also Rupa Goswami as Rupa Manjari in Krishna Lila. Simultaneously, they have 2 bhadras, spiritual bhadras. Material world is not possible, but in spiritual world it's possible to have even 2 forms, or even 3, or even more, according to need of service. So it happens automatically by practice, nothing to worry. Don't worry. Swarupa is there, your spiritual being, everything will be revealed to you. Now push the chanting, control your mind and senses, and apply in devotion service, and everything will be revealed. Yasya deve para bhakti yata deve tata guru. As you have bhakti for the Krishna, one should have bhakti for a guru also, for pure devotee. And then tasyate katita hyarta prakashante mahatmana. Then the Lord will reveal himself. Once Lord reveals himself, like sun comes up, then you can see yourself, myself, everything you can see. So when Lord reveals himself, you see everything. You see spiritual, your spiritual form, your relation with Krishna, everything is clear. Your position, material world, everything you understand. Now we are at night, darkness, ignorance covers our intelligence, so we cannot see who is our form. Now we are seeing bodies. We are seeing, oh, he is Indian, he is American, he is fat, he is skinny, he is a female, he is a male. We are seeing illusion. We are not seeing the soul. We are seeing wrong, and we base our life on bodily concept, and this is why we suffer. And this is why all illusion comes upon us. Misidentification, misunderstanding the body to be the self. It's a Maya, it's a big illusion. And all the world is based on that. And now India is completely into it. They're giving up spiritual knowledge and they're completely into material knowledge, into technology, into the IT, into the, which is all based on bodily platform. And what will happen? Suffering increases. Illusion, Maya, that's all. Okay, any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. We'll continue a few more shlokas from Brahma-saṁhitā next weekend. And this is basically we are at the end now. There is a conclusion, the message given by Lord Krishna to Brahma at the end. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai, Gaur Premanande.